I'm Sat E Niangi, and today is Sat E Day. You know what that means? It's WrestleTalk news. And here's today's top story. Our top story today is one that many of you will not be able to relate to, but if you happen to reside on the West Coast, you will likely be aware of. Now, due to those darn sports games, SmackDown was away from its usual home of Fox for last night's episode and instead airing on FS1. And while WWE and every wrestling site and reporter under the sun hammered that point home, it seemed for those on the West Coast who did get the memo, it didn't matter anyway, as the feed to SmackDown was a huge mess. Yes, according to many fans taken to X in outrage, WWE's West Coast feed of SmackDown aired all well and good at 9 p.m. Pacific time, showed the opening contract signing between LA Knight, Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman, then cut to the post-game show for the Major League Baseball World Series game between the Arizona Diamondbacks and Texas Rangers, which I should mention was already airing on Fox at the same time.
Let's go Diamondbacks!
This bafflingly continued for almost an hour, with the show resuming after 10 p.m. with Street Profits vs LWO match. However, the woes wouldn't end there, as according to another user on X, it's me Kelsey_X, the feed would also skip many other segments throughout the show, including Logan Paul and Kevin Owens backstage interaction, Shotzi, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven segments, and Bianca Belair's promo, but not her entrance. These woes would also seemingly extend to on-demand versions of the broadcast on YouTube TV as well, with fans and all not best pleased with his post from ex-user JBT89 saying, "So glad I got to watch SmackDown in its entirety. Oh wait, I didn't, because Fox decided to air the post-game show of the World Series for about an hour on FS1 after advertising SmackDown being on there all week. Slow clap for the idiocy that is Fox." So yeah, a bit of a disaster. For those on the West Coast, let us know in the comments if you also had to sit through SmackDown with an hour of baseball wedged in between. As you'll be aware, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is set to defend his undisputed World Universal title for only the second time since WrestleMania 39 at WWE Crown Jewel. And while all of us taking part in the revolution, would love to see the megastar take down the head of the table, we also live in a real harsh, cold world, and we know that the odds of that actually happening are about as slim as a Slim Jim. So forgive us for already looking past night and to Reigns' potential plans for WWE's next free PLE before WrestleMania 40. That being November's Survivor Series, January's Royal Rumble, and the Elimination Chamber event in February. Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad, unexpected news. That's because while one would expect Reigns to be in action on 3 of WWE's biggest events before Mania, it's looking like he will instead be just doing the one, that being the Royal Rumble. This info comes courtesy of 2 sources. First, Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, who confirmed that Reigns will not, I repeat, not be appearing at Survivor Series in Chicago, despite speculation of a Bloodline War Games match like last year. As for the Aussie fans, for Elimination Chamber, well, nothing is officially confirmed or reported on Reigns' status. However, judging by the poster for the event, it seems as if he will also be absent in Perth. Also, he's probably allergic to kangaroos. I don't know. Didgeridoos! Didgeridon't! We're not mad, Roman. We're just disappointed. Next up, don't talk to my man like that. I like it when he likes it. My man. My man. His name is Tempest B Canada. Come on, you gracious mofo. Bring it in here. Don't talk to my man like that. I like it when he likes it. My man. My man. And the camera goes blank.
It is now time for the Rampage One Take. Set, it's good to have you back, my friend. Start the clock. Mike Santana beats Ortiz in a brutal Philadelphia street fight. I hate it when brothers fight. After the match, Santana offers a fist bump to Ortiz, but he declines, and then is recruited by Sanjay Dutt of all people. Kenny Omega is approached backstage by Jay White, who tells him a truly elite champion will be waiting for him at Full Gear if he wins. Meanwhile, MJF is offered a spot in the Don Callis family, which he declines super duper polite me. Just trust me. Chris Statlander asks Willow and the increasingly evil Sky Blue what is going on, and Sky says she's fine. I don't think she's telling the truth. Kip Sabian's in the ring and does probably the most generic Philadelphia sports promo I've ever seen, and then is interrupted by Mark Briscoe, who clears house. Thank you, Lord, dem boys. The remaining Jericho Appreciation Society members are backstage and are approached by Don Callis as well. And then they have a chat, and Ruby Riott and Angelo Parker do a little flirty flirt. Then we have a four-way match for a women's title shot between Willow, Sky Blue, Anna Jay, and Abaddon. And you must know it's spooky season because Abaddon got her one TV win of the year. This whole match was a backdrop for Toni Storm to be a starlet on stage. The Acclaimed are very excited that next Saturday is going to be their 69th day as champions, and they invite MJF to their celebration. Then we got a brilliant main event as Konosuke Takeshita beat Kyle Fletcher before Don Callis invites Kyle Fletcher into the family. My God, this man flip-flops more than a pair of flip-flops.
Time. I dropped the ball, so we're like 1 minute and 25 seconds. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault. You threw me off my timing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'll do better next time. So sorry, dude.
This is my review of SmackDown in about 5 minutes, and just seconds into the show, we get the most shocking thing of the whole week. That being that WWE hasn't edited the woo out of their opening signature. We open the show for realsies with the entrance of Roman Reigns, which gets interrupted by LA Knight. Yeah! Knight walks to the ring for their contract signing and immediately sits at the head of the table. All this has Roman Reigns extremely gotten to as they both sign the contract. Roman says that Knight has never done this before. First contract signing, first championship match, he has no idea what he's doing. Knight says, yeah! This is his first WWE title match. In just a year on SmackDown, he has risen all the way while Roman was doing suffer and succotash. Ooh. He then once again marvelously conducts the audience, getting them to do his catchphrases when he wants them to, before Roman Reigns finally flips over the table, attacks LA Knight, before then grabbing another table as Knight turns the tables on him, before Jimmy Uso runs in to make the save for Roman and gets slammed through the table for his trouble as Roman watches from the entranceway. A very hot opening for the show, I thought this was. I really enjoyed LA Knight's little things to get under the skin of Roman Reigns. Very effective. We then got our opening match as Carlito and Santos Escobar of the LWO took on the Street Profits, who finally have new music! Yes! All things considered, this was a pretty standard tag match. A good one, but this was your opener. The LWO had the advantage until they showed Rey Mysterio watching backstage when he gets hit from behind by Logan Paul, who tells him all it will take is one lucky punch. Escobar tells Carlito to go check on Rey and briefly fights off both Profits before they hit the Revelation for the win. Solid match. The new Vicious Street Profits are finally becoming a lot more realized, and I am all for it. Backstage, Paul Heyman is holding a WWE title belt customized for the Green Bay Packers, and Roman looks disgusted. Well, that does not, in fact, make two of us. Heyman says he's going to give it to LA Knight because it is as close as Knight will get to the WWE title. Jimmy Uso lays down on the couch and Roman tells him he needs to handle LA Knight tonight and tells Heyman to go make a singles match between them. Logan Paul walks backstage and ignores an interview before being confronted by Kevin Owens. They have a stare down and Paul walks off before KO is confronted by Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who says he will knock out with one punch to the face. Security breaks things up, and then from off camera, Owens does hit both of them in the face with one punch. Kevin Owens, One Punch Man confirmed. Shotzi talked to Nick Aldis earlier in the day and was interrupted by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and a match was made between Shotzi and Chelsea. They then have that match, and it is what you would expect. It's a match between people not regularly featured on SmackDown, got a little reaction, and then the champion lost to a roll-up. Simple, yet completely meaningless. John Cena came out and cut a rah-rah promo about how he's going to win at Crown Jewel. The people chant, "You still got it," and Cena asks, what if he doesn't? He says he does not want this ride to end, and he will win at Crown Jewel. Paul Heyman then came out and shows Cena respect, thanks him for the house, and tells him that when he was running SmackDown 21 years ago, his first draft pick was John Cena, so he knows how great Cena is. But when Roman beat him at SummerSlam, he proved that Cena wasn't the greatest of all time anymore, and now he's going to get beat by Solo Sikoa, and that isn't a prediction, it's a spoiler. At this point, Solo jumps Cena and lays him out to end a very good promo segment. Anytime you can make me think about SmackDown from 2002, I'm gonna have a smile on my face. LA Knight cuts a backstage promo about facing Jimmy Uso, and I wish they did these more. It feels very 80s in a very good way. Dragon Lee then beat Cedric Alexander in a really good match. They gave Cedric a video package with his career highlights, and then they really got going with really crisp action, and I am frankly baffled that this is the same show that I was watching last week. How do you have Dragon Lee being the spare part in a nothing tag match, and then do this presentation a week later? It is night and day, and anyway, I am just happy that we got it, and Cedric raised Lee's hand after the match as Dragon Lee won with a Destino! Bianca Belair then came out and showed the footage of her getting attacked by Damage Control. She says it's still hard to watch, but it filled her with a vengeance that has caused her to return to SmackDown, and at Crown Jewel she will take back the WWE Women's Championship from Io Sky. Then we had our main event as LA Knight, beat Jimmy Uso. It was a pretty straightforward match until Knight leapt to the top rope and hit a superplex followed by the BFT for the win. As he was celebrating, Roman tried to hit a spear but missed, and Knight hit a BFT on Roman as the show went off the air. All in all, I thought this was quite a good SmackDown. Couple good promo segments, more setup for Crown Jewel, Dragon Lee getting to wrestle someone designed to have a great match with him. This show gets a thumbs up and a 4 out of 5. That just about wraps things up for me, but before I go, make sure you check out the latest episode of Fantasy Booking Warfare live right now on Parts Fun Known as I take on Sullivan Bo Brown in the battle of Hardy Boys retirements.
Happy Sat-E Day. If you want more Sat-E Day with yours truly, go over on the Rest Things YouTube channel. If you like the video over there, please subscribe and like and watch more stuff over there too. All love and blessings. Happy Sat-E Day.
Welcome to Fantasy Booking Warfare! One half of our semi-final bracket was solidified as Luke Owen and his cavalcade of craziness conquered Dan Layton in the trial of Triple H tributes.